really hope this can see all of us, because that would be weird.
Yep.
Alright, so, Premium Rush. Ride like hell.
The most cliched title I've ever heard in a movie. Let me tell you that.
The tagline makes it worse, but you know, besides it's weird title.
First thing I'm gonna say is that
I think I know what this is.
I came into this movie prepared, okay? I said it before we got in. This is gonna be a stupid little movie. It's gonna have Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph Gordon-Levitt riding his bicycle around, really long bike scenes, and nothing really else redeemable about it.
Yeah,
he's gonna ride his bike.
Like I went in, I was like, this is gonna be simple. This is not gonna be big and complicated. Like it's just gonna be straightforward. Joseph's gonna deliver his package, but he's not gonna deliver his package because it's got something important in it. And
wow, we were so right.
Yeah.
Well, we were pretty right.
Yeah.
The first bike sequence, I noticed, like, he had his little chase. Mr. Monday, the cop.
Oh, God.
Don't get into it.
Oh, boy, that's a
I'm not getting into Mr. Monday yet. I'm just saying, like, halfway through the first bike chase, I realized there was no music at all. It was just kind of the sounds of bicycles and cars. And then, like, halfway through, they added music in, and I was like, oh, okay.
Every once in a while, I'd notice music. And it's exactly what you'd want for a bike chase.
It is, though. The music is good.
Punk music.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, because I think I'm going to be very harsh on this movie, but I'll tell you one thing that I really liked about it. The cinematography. It was very well done. It was all fast-paced.
I did like the angles on all the angles.
Yeah.
I didn't like the whole, like, oh, time to program this into our smartphone GPS.
That part was a bit,
okay. It was okay for like.
It wasn't horrible. Like it could be. It
might have been overused a little bit for like every single transition to a different place.
But it gave it identity, and that's what I like.
It did have style.
Yes, and it did have style.
It did it better than most. It did it better than most in that it wasn't a complete bastardization of the technology that we know today.
Right.
I mean, like it was like close enough that it wasn't quite a ripoff, but we knew we could recognize everything.
Right. Yeah. Right. And that was good. It was realistic in that regard.
Yeah.
Oh boy, though.
Should we start with the main character?
Yeah. Okay. George, I guess we'll start off with the plot synopsis. Wiley, can't remember his last name, but Wiley, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I don't think he has a last name.
We don't need last name.
He's just Wiley.
Yeah, Wiley Coyote.
The Coyote.
Well, anyway, he's this thrill seeker bike dude, and he's in New York, and he's we're no brakes because brakes are death, and he has to deliver a package.
Oh, one other thing, he must insist that business suits are totally lame, and I'd rather die than have to conform.
Oh man!
You want to turn on your light back there? I don't know.
What was it there? There we go. And basically the entire plot of the movie is him going to deliver this package, and we find out it's some sad story about some woman's child or something, but that's not important. The important thing, or what should have been the important thing, is the ride thing, is the riding, the bikes.
Is that Wiley likes his bicycle.
There was really good stunt work with the bikes. I really enjoyed that.
Like, some scenes went a little long, but you can kind of forgive it because that's the only thing it has going.
So, oh man, well, I think this is a part of the main problem. I guess we'll start with part of the main problem and get to the main problem of the film. But,
is it the cop?
Well, the cops, all the villains, especially the cop. His name is Bobby Monday. Lovely.
Subtle.
As soon as you see him, you think, oh, God, we're not supposed to take this seriously.
You know who he reminded me of?
I think, what? What do you think?
The guy from Paul. One of the FBI agents from Paul.
I was reminded of William Dafoe.
A little bit, yeah. No, but like, you know, the cop and the FBI agent in Paul, you know? He's paid by that guy from SNL.
Yeah, Bill Hader.
Yeah, Bill Hader.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't.
Because he's just completely incompetent, yet acts serious.
He's like, he's a friggin' fuse.
Yeah. But I was thinking, okay, we're not supposed to take this seriously. And then he kills a guy, then he grabs a woman by the neck, and I'm thinking, no, we're not supposed to take this seriously. He laughs like,
well, you know,
and he's just like,
one of his first lines when he's in the car chasing Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is, chasing bicycles.
yeah, and that's no exaggeration. That's how he talks.
That's how he talks through the whole movie. He like has these weird yelling fits and everything.
And he's just, and like, you cannot take him seriously, but the movie wants you to because he's the bad guy. And then I realized
they wanted you to. I mean,
that's the thing, right?
He just got angry because he had that weird like impulse. He actually had
weird
like
impulse gambling. Just goes off to every Chinese underground gambling outlet,
like, you know,
and literally throws $17,000 on one hand and loses right away.
Like, it's so fast. He's just like, here's the money, go pay that guy over there back. He just walks in the opposite direction out of the place to gamble
it was so fast
again.
that I didn't actually understand what was going on until like 30 minutes in. It was just that impulse.
It's not always like, it's not like a straight timeline. Like, it'll go in the present a bit, then jump back to explain something.
Oh yeah,
that goes in the present, and then it jumps back.
The jumping got really confusing.
It did.
Until it started linking stuff.
Yeah.
When things started overlapping, and you could see, oh yeah, that's that thing that happened at the beginning.
It was okay.
It lost me for a minute, but then I got it back in.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll get down to the main meat. I hated this movie. Not because
I didn't hate it.
Not because of the plot or the cinematography, but just for what it not represents.
Its goal.
Its goal and its emotion, like what it's doing. It's just.
It's not trying to further any industry. It's not making you feel anything other than it's
it
cool.
was.
No,
it felt like it was written
mindless entertainment.
Well, not even that. It felt like it was written by a 15-year-old kid who just got his first bicycle. Bicycles are cool! I'm gonna write a story about them sticking it to the man.
Yeah.
And this guy who goes around in the bicycle to save a child. And he's going around and everyone's going No, it is
and
not.
then the other cop who chases him.
Oh.
There's bicycle cop. I don't know who that is, but
so between the main cop, all the cops, the main two, Bobby Monday and the bicycle cop.
And then there's this other guy who's just, I was thinking, okay, maybe we'll see that he's likable. Yeah, Manny.
Manny is not likable. Oh my god, they have like a 10-minute chase sequence, and all he does, he swears his mouth off at Wiley, just driving down the road like, huh, you suck, I'm a better driver than you.
Like, that's all he does throughout the entire movie. And
he's not like, I honestly thought they were building up to him like dying or something, because like...
Yeah, because this movie is dark. There's some parts of this which are just not... And I was thinking, okay, maybe it's finally
spoilers.
Well, yeah, I'll try to avoid a lot of spoilers, but it's just a very mean-spirited. Spoiler warning, but the cop at the end, something really bad happens to him, and it's really...
No, okay, it is really bad. It was like...
But it's not... It
was weird. It was, in my opinion, the weirdest reaction to a bullet in the back of the head that I've ever seen. I'm sorry, okay.
Yeah, I know. It really was weird. Like,
he was shot in the back of the head.
He tries to get in his car.
He didn't drop. He didn't die in a second. He was like...
shot. No surprise.
At first I thought it was a tranquilizer. I thought he was going to fall asleep.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was...
But then blood started running out the front of his head, and I was like, whoa.
That's what it sounded like.
He actually got shot. But his reaction was... Ooh, I feel a little woozy. Let's get in my car.
I need a break, guys. Let me just sit down.
Oh, but there was so much more scenery I could chew. And then he just...
But I don't know why they killed him. I mean, the guy...
Because this film is edgy, and that guy's sticking it to the man.
Yeah, and you don't get involved.
It was after he delivered the ticket. After everything was done.
Yeah, because... No,
add insult to injury.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt was delivering the ticket to these guys. Yeah. And the cop was supposed to intercept and not give him the ticket and give it to the guy with the gun. So he didn't intercept him, so the guy shot the cop.
Yeah.
I thought they didn't want him to intercept. I thought he just wanted to solve his gambling stuff.
See, this is how confusing
he solved it by intercepting the money. See, the problem is...
But he didn't intercept him, so why did he have to shoot him? Like, the money's already been delivered.
He didn't intercept them. Yeah, they didn't want... The guy with the gun didn't want the money to be delivered.
He didn't?
No, he's part of the other group.
What?
Here's the problem. Okay, which brings us to another problem.
Oh, yeah.
Explaining what's going on. Let's just say that because the movie is 50% bike chases, all the other, like, plot and conflict is squeezed into these tiny chunks.
It really is.
Like we were saying with Bobby Monday's gambling problem. It was I lost. I lost. Okay, we can't have a full card game cut into the movie because of so.
Yeah, what was it, like 2 minutes?
Oh yeah, they rushed it.
Like
they cut it up, and it was like he threw his money down, lost one hand of whatever they were playing, and he lost all of like $17,000 in a minute.
Whoops.
How many hands do I play? Oh, we can only fit one into the movie. Okay, I'll just bet everything
That's not what they want. It's, you know, it's biking. So this movie could have worked. What they needed to do is just make the bad guys, the villains, this faceless agency that didn't want the woman, I can't even remember her name, to get her child back. Nemi?
Nema. I thought it was Nemo for a while. I was like,
but,
oh man, a movie about Nemo and a child.
Lovely. And the people who are chasing Wiley, they could just be in it for the wrong reasons and not be bad people. Or if you really wanted to have a bad guy, make it Terry, I think.
Manny.
Yes, Manny.
It's because Manny's like the most unlikable man in the world.
Can we talk about the rest of the characters, like the?
We'll talk about the supporting cast.
Supporting cast. There you go. So we've covered Gordon-Levitt. We've covered Bobby Monday, the angry cop who just can't catch a break.
Yeah, the mugger.
Okay, the other cop. He's a bicycle cop who's apparently, I guess he's got a beef with the bicycle.
I don't know. He doesn't have a name. I thought he was gonna be like a one-time joke. But in every action scene, they find a way. In every action scene, they find a way to throw him in and just chase guys. And then he's just gotta. He like spills or he gets his bike stolen, and it always zooms up in his face, and he's just like. And he's just like, man, you rotten kids.
Too old for this shit type thing. Like, I mean, just
every single action scene, he manages to get in there. Like, I guess they depict all the cops as either, like, anger management, brutal cops, or just completely incompetent cops.
Because the system's broken, man.
Yeah, because the cops are lame and they...
Yeah, this put bicyclists in a very negative light. Like, who knows? I've only been to New York once, and I didn't really see any bikers. Maybe they are like that, but I just...
If the bicyclists drive that recklessly, I do not ever want to drive in New York. Like,
well, you don't want to drive in New York anyway. But, but it just, they were...
Alright, so the rest of the supporting cast. We've also got... So there's a whole biking gang. They've got like their service and they've got their dispatch. So we've got the love interest Vanessa, who's just there for no reason.
Yeah, just there for token love interest.
Token love interest.
But she totally like helps him out at random.
Here's my main point.
Okay.
Token love interest. Token Latina chick. Token black guy. Token white cop. There's like 10 characters in this entire movie. And they managed to hit every single racial stereotype in the movie.
Okay, so that's what
that was I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I didn't really take that much offense to that.
I didn't take offense to it. It seemed really forced.
It did. All of this movie seemed very forced.
Yeah.
But
I feel like if it was just like a montage of Joseph Gordon-Levitt doing bicycle stunts, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think they could have eliminated all of this. Maybe they could keep Bobby Monday. Maybe they could get away. They don't need the whole the whole immigration subplot about how it has meaning now because we need to get this kid.
That's the whole point of the ticket.
I don't want him to be riding.
It's the MacGuffin.
I don't want him to be riding his bike for someone else. I want him to be riding for someone. If Joseph Gordon-Levitt's a real badass rebel, I want him to be riding for himself, because he wants to.
Yeah.
Like, he just wants to stick it to the man, so...
Yeah, someone put a hit on him, and that would be like the faceless agency.
That's what the trailer looked like. The trailer looked like the package looked like they were going to kill him for that package, so we just had to run and, fight back. And it was all about him. But now he's kind of helping someone else, and it's not as awesome.
Yeah, it just... Well, I mean, you could have... If you really wanted that plot, and you could make it work.
It made it less of a premium rush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that name drop happens really early.
Yeah, it did. So, final thoughts. I did not like this movie. There were some bits of it that I did like. I liked the cinematography. It's something that I'm definitely going to remember. That's great.
Can we label it AHT?
Definitely. AHT is Average Hollywood Tripe.
Average Hollywood Tripe.
And yeah, I think its style is a bit too different to be Average Hollywood Tripe, but I think
it is unique. Like it's
Nothing if not unique.
It doesn't fail in grasping like the modern lifestyle.
And it has its identity, but I feel like...
But I just don't like that identity.
Yeah.
Like, I was okay with the whole, like, oh, we're getting on the inside of the whole biker gang and the biker gang attitude, and for some reason, like, okay, during the climax, one thing I didn't understand was, like, the Bobby Monday is, like, confronting him, but I don't know why they had to drag out every bicycle courier in New York
to show that they
just
were
to beat him up.
They're all together. Yeah,
but that's such a waste of time. Like, how many of those guys were, like, in the middle of delivering a package, like, dude, you gotta get down here. Why? We're gonna beat up a cop. Why? Because...
Oh, right! I just remember. Okay, I'll be right there. No.
Oh, we're sticking it to the... Why did you say that in the first place? I'll be there. And they all, like, wait just outside so that they all come in at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, now we're just nitpicking, though. But it was
that's true.
It was an aggravating movie for me. Plus, there's two people on the right of me who just wouldn't shut up.
Yeah,
but
the entire movie, I was trying not to talk too much. I wanted to save thoughts for here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to annoy anyone else.
Right.
You know, it's courtesy. But every time I would see something, and, you know, just because of how outrageous or how average or stock it was, I would look over you guys and see if you found this funny as I did. And Zach, your face the entire time had the same pissed off look, just like, why am I watching this?
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that's just my personal pet peeve, I really don't like movies like that just think that they're, you know, hip, they stick it to the man thing. And, you know, I might be wrong. Maybe the people who made this, maybe it was a parody of that sort of thing. I don't. Yeah. Well, I mean, it goes so far that it seems like parody.
Oh yeah, you can get away with it to a point, but whenever they ask Joseph Gordon-Levitt, they say, "You don't ride your bike with brakes. Are you afraid of death?" And he's like, "No way, man. It always beats being a lawyer in a business suit. I mean, man, that's the worst life ever, you know, conforming and stuff."
Yeah.
They really hammer that.
I thought like, yeah, they really do. Maybe if that was one scene, but like, I don't know. Like the first couple minutes, I was thinking, wow, this has like a bit of a 127 hours thing, and that might be just because of
they keep showing the clock.
Yeah, they keep. Well, no, not even that, but they keep showing the bike. The character's cocky, but the thing is, in 127 hours, the guy in that is cocky. Well, one, it's a true story, so that's well, I mean, Into the Wild didn't help that with, but it was even if you didn't like what he did, I mean, he had a consequence with it, but you showed him evolve. They showed him how, like, his life beforehand and all that. Like, personally, I love 127 Hours. That's one of my favorite movies. But, I mean, this movie, Premium Rush, and maybe I shouldn't even be comparing the two, but I did not like this movie. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I watch all movies, but I just did not enjoy this movie.
Yeah, okay, so, would you recommend?
I had an okay time.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Just like when I came in today, I remember I said, first thoughts, we're going in to see a stupid movie about biking. There's not going to be a lot of other value to it. So, if you want to go see just, you know, an average old movie about riding a bike, then this is the movie to see, right?
Right.
If you want anything with some sort of emotional impact or a deep, thoughtful storyline, then you don't go see it. That's just what this movie is for.
Yeah. That's the basis of a popcorn movie.
At least it's an original movie, you know.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's not a remake. I could be wrong, of course, since everything's a remake.
Everything's a remake nowadays.
But yeah, for that I commend it, of course.
Yeah. What do you think?
What do you think, Quinn? Would you recommend?
Man behind the camera.
Man behind the camera.
I would recommend. I had an okay time. I mean, we did go on Discount Tuesday, so it wasn't some kind of crazy overpriced ticket. And I mean, it is probably one of the more respectable things to see in theaters, not some kind of re-release of Raiders.
Ooh, that's the whole thing, yeah.
We'll get to Raiders in the Lost Ark another time.
Yeah, we'll get to that another time.
Okay,
so trailers.
Okay, WreckIt Ralph. My only thing is, from what I can gather, I've seen interviews with the producers and director, and they think their mindset for video games is just stupid kid stuff. Bad guy beat good guy, good guy beat bad guy.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't want to.
And if they do that, the movie's gonna be stupid, you know.
I don't want to.
Well, it's gonna be stupid regardless.
I don't want to downgrade like my favorite like game characters like Mario and stuff, which is like the simplest form of video game. But like that's not all that there is to video games.
Especially nowadays.
In the trailer,
especially now, like
I mean, we got stuff like Braid and Limbo.
Yeah, exactly. In the trailer, they go to. It shows WreckIt Ralph's like in the modern shooter, and he's like, "Wow, video games are so violent." Because that's how the director and producers will look at it. They'll say, "Oh, back then video games were really simple. Now all they're about is shooting stuff. You know, Call of Duty, shoot terrorists, and that's the only thing in the game." Yeah. They're stupid.
But I'm not sure if I'll watch it. I might watch it, but it's definitely going to be like a DVD type thing. I don't
think I'll see it.
I mean, hope for the best, assume the worst. So
I won't be counting down the days.
No, I don't think anyone will be counting down the days. Speaking of movies that we don't want to see, here comes the bomb. The movie we all want to see.
Here comes the boom.
Oh, boy.
That
Kevin James is a wrestler.
We made a pact before Premium Rush started that none of us would see this movie.
Yeah, Kevin James. It looked kind of serious too. It didn't look like it was
I thought it was
all
gonna
comedy.
Be silly.
It was partially comedy, but I don't think the whole thing was. He was seriously gonna do MMA fighting, and he was gonna play it seriously. Like, man, Kevin James is a real good fighter. He'll beat you up, man.
He can do this. No, he can't.
No,
I've
but
never
like,
seen a single Kevin James film.
But like, it's the stupidest idea in the world. Like, it really is. Like, they come up with the idea to enter the MMA just because they're watching TV, and wrestling comes out. It's like, hey, dude, you know, it'd be hilarious. What if you entered the MMA to get that money? And it's like Kevin James like takes it as the most serious idea of all time.
And you know exactly how it's gonna end too. Like, it's just, I have no interest in watching this movie.
It's not like you go in to see this movie because you never know how it's gonna end. You know, you gotta find out what happens to Kevin James.
Oh man!
Well, I mean,
right. What other
trailers were there?
There was that one that I didn't even know what it was about.
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect.
Glee.
It's not Glee, I promise.
It's got attitude.
Attitude, teenagers singing their way to the top. They have a singing battle. How do... maybe it's just a musical thing. I'm not a fan of musicals, but how do these like groups of people come up to each other, start getting in each other's faces and singing like, yeah, I can sing better than you?
The only thing I can think of that is, you know, the death metal screams.
Exactly. If you want to scare someone away.
Yeah.
Like rap battles, I can understand.
And I mean, they have...
Because you're actually insulting each other singing. Like, they have singing battles with, like, really happy songs. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
With irony, or I don't know. And every single every single actor and actress in there represents another. Like, I mean, there was the fat chick with the British voice that hurls insults. Obviously, Adele. I love Adele, by the way. There was the token girl, the main character. I guess I don't think she has a personality, but everyone else is just...
she's like a revolutionist because she walks in and she's like, wait, guys, what if we sang songs that are played on the radio?
But that would mean popular song.
Dude, I know it's crazy, but like, I was watching Glee. I mean, I came up with this.
Originally.
What is this Glee you speak of?
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, that was great. I was thinking that movie in which it was a baseball movie. I didn't even know what
Eastwood
it was about.
Eastwood and John Goodman.
It was, you know, down and out former sports champion, has to go against the odds, battle his health and his personal confidence problems. And he's gonna overcome all obstacles, and he's gonna succeed.
Yeah.
I just predicted the whole thing.
Yeah, I looked to Connor and said,
a movie like this comes out every year.
I didn't pay attention to the trailer. Like, it came on, I saw like old people complain. I saw old people complain about their health.
Clint Eastwood will mess you up.
No, but like, they got like all the old people in the boardroom talking about how he's gonna like die because he can't turn on a computer. And then and then there's like the young girl who's like his daughter. I feel like that's gonna be a big plot twist in the movie, but they kind of
give it away in the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know, and it's pretty predictable.
Yeah, that was.
And you know what? Like, I went to see Born Legacy a while ago, and they play No, actually, better example is Expendables 2. You go to see
the trailers for that movie.
Yeah, exactly. You go to see Expendables 2, and it plays all the trailers with like Arnold Schwarzenegger's new movie.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's new movie.
A remake of a Sylvester Stallone movie, Judge Dredd.
But now we go to see Premium Rush, this like bicycle action thriller, and you got WreckIt Ralph.
They really just put everything in there. They were like, we need to.
Oh, and Skyfall.
Oh right,
Skyfall.
You know
I want to see that.
You know what? I'm not really sure. I've always had my doubts with Daniel Craig as being Bond. He's not a bad actor, but I just never. I saw Casino Royale. I saw Quantum of Solace. I just thought to myself, this isn't James Bond.
I remember thinking Casino Royale was okay, but Quantum of Solace was kind of.
There were a few.
I think
a few movies came along in recent years. Born. And they kind of just changed the genre, and they just kind of went with the time.
Bit.
They did the same thing before. Like, it's not unheard of for James Bond. Like, Moonraker. Do you know what sci-fi movie came out 2 years before Moonraker?
What?
Star Wars.
Oh.
Yeah, they hopped on the sci-fi train.
Okay, wow.
No,
so that explains a lot, actually.
I think, yeah, Skyfall, with the little James Bond in 5 seconds thing. Where he, like, there's an explosion behind him caused by something.
Yes,
and he lands on a train and he's like, whoa! I'm going to fix my suit a little bit. Hi, I'm James Bond.
He could do it. I mean, I personally would like to see the torch being carried over. I think.
Honestly, I feel like the scale of it looks really awesome. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen yet, but Quantum of Solace, I feel like it kind of dropped the ball where it was kind of
just another adventure.
He just got like.
Neither do I.
Yeah, all I remember is that James Bond got like waist deep in a load of boring revenge-feely stuff, and he was like going rogue, trying to fight back against the power or something. And it was, yeah, I just got really lost and it was confusing. Casino Royale, I really liked though.
I
don't know. I think of Quantum of Solace, and then I just like start. I don't remember anything.
One thing I really liked about Casino Royale, it's weird, it's a guilty pleasure. I liked that the villain cried blood. I don't know why, but I was just, every time I saw him,
no one understands my problems.
It's like, it's artsy though. He's just like, no one understands as a villain, I feel.
That was pretty cool, but that was the only thing I remember
really
about
off topic.
Yeah, okay, so let's wrap this up.
Now, to conclude our review of Casino Royale.
Yeah, Premium Rush, exactly what you would expect. Don't go into it looking for something magic.
No, it's not exactly what you would expect.
It's pretty much what you'd expect.
I don't know. I felt like something about Bobby Monday just felt like he's in the wrong movie.
No, but it
does not belong. He's overly violent and dark, and he has like.
Well, he's not really dark.
He's dark things. Crazy. He's like. I want to say he's overacting
silly.
A bit, like,
it's slightly silly because it's just like for the thrill, you know, and then you get those characters like the cops just being over the top, and it's just something that happens, I guess. Yeah.
I didn't like it. I had no time for it.
All right. What do you think, Quinn?
I thought it was okay. I mean,
yeah. Well, you know.
I wasn't expecting a whole lot. It didn't disappoint me.
Yeah, it's not like it disappointed me in any way because I knew it was coming. You know, didn't have the highest expectations.
Not really.
So
it achieved its goal, I guess.
In a way.
Whatever that goal may be.
Even if we don't like the goal.
Ready to sign off?
Yep, sign off.
We should all wave.
Up.
Wave.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to